Yes, you're part of my mode. See, look, there you are, right there. See, there you are. No, I don't need that. No kisses. No. Beep, beep. Oh, there we go. My live stream's activated, so might as well turn the volume off. Alright, so it says the live stream's fully healthy, but I can't tell yet. Waiting for the picture. And there's the picture. Okay, so we're live. Okay, so all right. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again in the Modern Source of Gaming. I'm Kaiju K, and currently I'm the only one here. Necro may be along any moment. We're not 100% sure. But this does give me the opportunity to speak to you one-on-one about the current hiatus and why we spent 2 weeks without putting up any videos or anything. So, without going into too many details, there was a huge crash amongst the Modernsters. I'm not sure how it's going to be or how it's going to fix itself. I'm hopeful that it will. But I want to take this moment to personally apologize, not just to the Modernsters, but to the people who are watching this video. I screwed up somehow. Somewhere I screwed up. I didn't see myself screwing up. I'm getting conflicting stories. I'm getting conflicting answers. Some people are telling me I didn't screw up. Other people are telling me I did screw up. I don't know how to feel, because the people who told me I did screw up aren't talking to me, and the people that told me I'm not screwing up are the people that are currently talking to me. So, I guess I gotta ask you guys. You watch the videos. You guys are 58 plus strong. How can I fix the channel? How can we fix the channel? How can we make the channel better for you? Any information would be helpful. Do you want to see more Dark Souls videos, or perhaps there's a video you want to see us play more of or less of? Is there a series that you just don't like? Is there a series that you like a lot? I'm reaching out to everybody right now, because I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. It happened roughly 2 weeks ago. There was like I said, a crash. I'm not going to go into details. But, needless to say, I had my finger on the delete channel button. I actually spent about 2 hours staring at the button and arguing with myself whether I should push it or not. I would have let a lot of people down. But, you see, the passion for the channel went away. I don't know why it happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know where it happened or when it happened. But this channel is meant for the viewers. It's meant for you. For all of you. It's not meant for me. It's not meant for Reaper. It's not meant for Kitten. It's not meant for Necro. It's not meant for any of us. It's meant for you. We do this as a hobby. We do this as a side note, so that we can help by possibly bringing a smile to your guys' faces every day. And if we're failing at that, please tell me. Tell us. Send an email or send a message. Do something. Because I can't fix what I don't know is broken. And if somebody knows how to fix this, then they just need to tell me. I won't lie. I was in some pretty bad shape a few weeks ago. I was crying. I was shaking. I was hyperventilating. I couldn't sleep for days. Life went on for everybody else, but I just had an emotional breakdown, and I felt that I failed everybody. And maybe it's my EDD, maybe it's my depression, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, I don't know, but something happened. And I almost deleted the channel. I almost gave up on all of this. I almost gave up on my dreams just to try and get away from it, just to run away, just to hide. And thanks to some of my friends and some of the modernsters, I brought myself to the opinion that I just can't do that. I started this channel as a way to pay back the other YouTubers who helped me. You know, Rooster Teeth, Markiplier, Hat Films, Yogg's Cast, I Has Cupquake, all these different groups. And I started this channel not wanting to be famous. I mean, it would help. It'd be great, you know, get 2,000 subscribers and maybe get a little extra cash on the side. Maybe one day be one of those big names out there that everybody knows and everybody watches. But in the end, it would only be for one reason. It would be to pay back so much. Hang on. Now, we haven't stopped doing recordings. We're still doing recordings. We got a big list of things coming up. I've been doing Undertale. Necro is working on his Kingdom Hearts. We have a newcomer. You guys might know him as Roblox Brandon. He's going to be hitting up a few videos. He's starting with South Park and the Stick of Truth, and we're going to see where he goes from there. Reaper just finished Scribblenauts. I believe she's going to be working into either Lego Harry Potter the first 4 years or Lego Batman as a tribute to her sister. We're still here, and we'll have some videos out tomorrow. Don't worry, we're going to be putting them out again. I guess I just had to apologize to you guys. Not just make. I tried to just make a video over and over and over again, just a constant fail of video where I just couldn't bring myself to do it, because I feel that you guys need to have the apology. The hiatus was not meant to happen. There was no vacation. There was a breakdown. There was darkness. And then there was me, with the help of some people, pulling myself out of the hole, back to reality once again. I'm going to be starting work within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I mean, that's a good Cody face. It's okay, buddy. You can hear Cody whistling in the background. I'm okay, man. I'm okay. I'm okay. I am. So I mean, that's going to be some stress taken off my shoulders. I'm hoping to see the VA office soon. They said they want to try and put me on some new medication. I'm not sure how it's going to work. But what I need to let you guys know is that I wanted to, for so many wrong reasons. Hello, Cody. I'm okay, Cody, yes. I wanted to, for so many wrong reasons, delete the channel. And, the wrong reasons did outweigh the right reasons, but I fought through that, and the right reasons are gone. Or, the right reasons won. Oh, wait, this is so much easier when there's 1 or 2 extra people in the room. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry if I'm a screw-up. Sorry if I'm an asshole. I'm sorry if I'm a bad person. I'm only human. I don't even like saying that I'm human, but I'm only human. We all have our flaws. We all have our mistakes. So, basically what it's going to come down to is this. This channel is not mine. This channel is not Necro's. This channel is not Kitten's. It's not Grimm's. It's not anybody's. This channel belongs to the viewers. And until we reach that 2,000 subscriber list, and until we have to turn this into a career, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be either we work to make the viewers happy and make the best content that we can, or I just don't need those people in my life. I'm not bringing up names. I'm not talking about who it is. I'm not going to say what happened. That conversation happened in private. So what happened, happened. And and I can only hope that from this point on, I can move on, we can move on, everybody can move on, and either come together as members of the Modernsters, or at least go and have yourselves a wonderful life. Okay, so that's the hard part out of the way, so let's get to the easy part, shall we? Recently I've noticed, and not just me, but of course Necro and everyone else have noticed it, and I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed, there's a huge influx of remakes. Constantly making remakes. Remakes. We had the new Beauty and the Beast that bombed. There was the fabled Married with Grandchildren that was supposed to come out. I don't know if it did or not. There was the Fuller House that came out. I don't know if it even still runs anymore. Recently, the one I was actually excited for, the new DuckTales came out. Unfortunately, I don't have cable, so I couldn't see the first episode. And it got me thinking that they're planning on doing all these remakes to the shows and the movies and the TV programs that I watched as a child. And it got me thinking, you know, what would be some really good cartoons, TV shows, etc. that I'd like to see get remade? Top of my list was one that shocked me. I couldn't believe I actually thought about it when I was thinking about it, but the first one that came to my mind was the show that I used to watch constantly. My mom watched it every day on PBS. For dinner, we watched it every time. I pretty much felt like a member of the family of that show. And that was actually Little House on the Prairie. And I'd like to see Little House on the Prairie get remade, because I think they could do a lot with what they have nowadays. We have new knowledge, we have new camera photo lenses and everything like that. We can have new actors and actresses running around. And just the idea is, you know, just make the Ingalls family come back into play. You know, we don't have those shows anymore, which are just good, wholesome values. We got rid of those for the Kardashians and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We traded Supermarket Sweet for America's Got Talent. We had all these... Excuse me. Can you not see I'm in the middle of something? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. There you go. Down you go. All right. So, you know, I won't lie. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. Those were when my TV shows came out. That's when the best stuff came out. You know, Real Monsters, Darkwing Duck, Little House on the Prairie. Full House was a good one. I would really like to see the new, the idea of the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that's supposedly coming out. Once again, it's just a Hollywood rumor, but Will Smith apparently wants to remake it as he wants to play as what Uncle Phil would have been, and have either a daughter or son or niece or nephew, however it works, move in and play that character as who Will Smith would have played. I think a lot of the old Nickelodeon cartoons... Oh, hang on a second, folks. I'm sorry about this. Yellow. Oh, geez, you didn't bring your keys again, huh? Alright, give me a second. Sorry about that, folks. I'll be right back. Apparently Necro forgot his keys again, so sorry, I'm going to put this camera on a few seconds. Give me a minute. Be right back. Doesn't even check his Facebook, does he? Jeez! Back. Sorry. So, I know there are some shows I would like to come back, but I know never will. Shows like The Wild Thornberrys. That's the show that won't come back, unfortunately. Hi, everyone. I think our recording stopped.
Oh.
Jeez. Oh no, that was when I left. Jeez.
Oh.
The Wild Thornberrys came out during a time when Animal Planet was just getting big, and now that Animal Planet isn't quite as big as it used to be, I don't think they could make that one come out.
Probably not. And plus, also with Steve Irwin being passed.
Well, I know he was the main influence for the show.
Especially Nigel.
Well, yeah, because Nigel Thornsberry was basically a British attempt at being Steve Irwin.
Right.
But, I mean, I would like to see it come back.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's also the rumors of this Invader Zim movie that's coming out, the one that's supposed to link Invader Zim, the elementary school, to Invader Zim, the high schooler. It's supposed to help reinvent the show. I would love to see it. I'm all for it. I want to see Invader Zim a few years older dating Gaz just to spite Dib. That seems like a wonderful thing to do. That seems hilarious and fun.
Oh, without doubt.
They're trying to remake Danny Phantom. They're calling it Danny Phantom 10 years later. And I saw the actual artist and voice of, I think it's the voice of Danny Phantom, drawing up what they would look like 10 years in the future. That looked awesome. Real Monsters, I heard rumors that one's going to be happening. I heard Hey Arnold as a teenager instead of Hey Arnold as a preteen is coming out. That's another rumor, though. The big rumor that's out there is that the makers of Teen Titan Go are on their last season. They're not being brought back for a new season, and they're going to be handing the reins over to a new group to bring back the original Teen Titans once again. I'm hoping that it's a continuation and not just a complete and utter remake, because we've already had that a million times with the poor Young Justice series.
Yeah.
How many times can Young Justice get thrown back into the mixer over and over and over and over again?
Apparently endless.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's sort of like bitter sarcasm at the point. How many times will they remake Resident Evil 1?
Yeah.
You know, they're on their, like, 9th iteration. It's the same bloody game. A fresh coat of paint, you know. Ooh, let's bring out Madden 2018. We'll just switch around the teammates again. Ooh.
Or even throwing out there aliens. Predators.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
most part, you're getting the same thing. Yeah, it's cool when they combine them together into one movie, but then after that, it just seems like the ideas get dull.
Well, that's the thing. That's the whole point of this episode. It's called an apology, then remakes.
Ah, okay.
You know, like they remade Beauty and the Beast. Okay, let's cut it down to Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast, Disney, perfect. One of the greatest Disney movies out there. Not quite up there with my personal favorites like Mulan and Aladdin, but definitely top 10 list, easily. The Beast is portrayed as, yes, he's a selfish bastard, but he learns to be a good guy, and then true love's first kiss. Gaston gets his butt kicked for being a complete and total moron, and scene. The best part were the songs.
Oh, without a doubt.
Now, Emma Watson, no, not to throw it out there, Emma Watson did a wonderful job. She's a great actress, and she can play a variety of roles. I'm waiting for her to play a role where she's actually like an aggressive character. That's what I want to see. When I saw Daniel Radcliffe in The Lady in Black, blew my mind that he was Harry Potter, because it took me a second to realize who he was.
Right.
I think I was 30 minutes into the movie before I realized who he fucking was. It's like, he looks so familiar. What the? Oh,
It's fucking Harry Potter.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Where's your wine, Harry?
She had a great role. She played a great role. She played a great part. It was amazing. The CGI sucked.
Oh, without a doubt.
The storyline was just like one giant whirlwind of fuck you. The songs were just... They just felt outdated. They weren't sang with the same pizzazz. Did I mention the CGI sucked? Because it really did. Like, that was the worst part of the movie.
Without a doubt.
They remade Annie a year or two back. That was a giant shot down. They took everything that made Annie great, and no, I'm not talking about color. They could have taken the entire movie and changed all of the white characters into black characters, and as long as they kept the same timeline and the same storyline, it would have been excellent. But they had to update it and give it a boogie and give it some hip hop in there, and everyone who went to it just shot it down. The worst culprit of this one, though, recently, well, not recently, it was like 5 or 10 years ago, was the dreaded Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
Now...
Okay. Let me touch on this subject.
Then touch on this subject, man. Touch it hard.
How horrible and tragic this movie was. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was. Because it wasn't a sequel like people thought it was going to be.
No, that's what a lot of people brought into their minds to be. A lot of people said, "Oh, this is going to be the sequel." Yeah. Sorry for the cut, folks. We got cut for a second. But yeah, the problem was that much like the recent True Grit movie and much like the recent Beauty and the Beast movie, what they did was they said, "Hey, I've got an idea. Let's make this closer to the book."
Yeah.
And while that's not necessarily a bad thing, could you go check that we're not downloading anything by any chance?
I'm on mine.
Well, we have another computer.
Yeah.
You can just click the button.
Oh.
Yeah, you can just click a mouse button. Okay, that's not working either. Okay. Sorry, folks. We're just having some kind of outstanding sudden video output. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, now the problem is that these closer to the book stories have a flaw. And that flaw is that the people who watched the originals are still around. I grew up with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Hell yeah.
I grew up watching the Duke himself in True Grit. I grew up watching Annie. I grew up watching all of these movies. So unfortunately, when it comes to these movies, I'm already jaded when I find out they're coming out. I automatically go to these movies with my lowest expectations. That way, if it sucks, I'm ready for it.
Yep.
The problem is that these directors nowadays, they're not looking to make good movies. They're looking to make cash grabs.
Let's throw out the most culpritist one of all, Michael Bay.
Oh yeah, Bay Explosion himself. Yeah, he even admits to it. He even admits that he's already making the next sequel before he even finds out how well the first one did.
Yep.
He doesn't care. He's just making money. Where are all the good directors? I'll tell you where all the good directors are.
What we mean? Go watch Epic Rap Battles, one video with Michael Bay and all older directors. I forget which one it was.
Steven Spielberg versus.
Just type in
Spielberg, Epic Rap Battle, Steven Spielberg. Anyway,
yeah.
The truth is that a lot of the older directors, the directors that used to put time and money and heart into these videos, have long since retired.
Like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, even Spielberg handed over the reins. Romero just recently passed away. I mean,
yeah.
we're losing our directors, and we're getting replaced with chumps. Now, it's not to say that there aren't still good movies out there. I mean,
right.
I was jaded for a while up until I watched a few recent movies. Of course, those movies were, of course, Split, which shocked the hell out of me to see that M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong actually could make a good movie. I got to rewatch it, but I know I enjoyed Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Remember, you completely forgot what it was. And
on Netflix, so we can.
Okay, and then of course Deadpool. All movies that have just completely turned me around to say, hey, there's still some directors out there that are trying their hardest.
I'll even throw out Logan. Logan was done pretty well
for what they had. We're not going to get to the argument of why Logan sucked.
Right.
We're just going to say that it was okay. But the truth is that those are the directors that are one in a million. When I used to see M. Night Shyamalan's name come up, I used to be like, forget this, I'm not going to see this. But my buddy Mark was working at the movie theater, and he got me a free ticket to go see Split. Of course, Necro was off. I think you were off at that fancy smancy Ballroom Blitz song music festival thing.
Oh, you mean back last year?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Ballroom.
Anyway, I think that's when it was. I can't remember, but I saw Split.
Legions.
And Split was amazing. I tip my hat to M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong for making at least one good movie, besides Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Deadpool was done really well. I can't wait for the sequel of Deadpool.
See, maybe what you guys all should take advantage of what Deadpool did. Didn't work on a high budget.
Well, no, but they also made themselves as true to the comic as possible.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
low budget, but yet true to the comic.
Try to be original for a change. That's another thing. Originality seems to be just right out the window anymore.
Yeah, I mean, come on. How many movies do you see that are similar to everything else? Now, I mean, granted, yes, we've had movies since, what,
We've had them since the 1930s, dude.
Right.
We've had movies for a long-ass time.
But
probably before that.
Up until the 2000s hit, there was a lot of originality, but then it just started being remakes and copies.
And well, people say Hollywood's running out of ideas. Well, maybe Hollywood should go out and talk to people.
Yeah.
The same thing goes with the video game genre. We're getting a lot of remakes of video games.
Yeah, seriously.
There was Kingdom Hearts, and there was Kingdom Hearts 1.5, which remix, which was, I
the
believe,
high def one.
the high def remake. And now they're coming out with another one, which is supposed to go out on the new PlayStation system, which is a remake of the remake of the remake. Instead of say, I don't know, let's go back to the games that were good and see what we did right, and then make a new game like that. Case in point, look at God of War. Oh, God of War was just a simple button masher. Har for har for har for har.
Yes, but it had great story behind it. It had great blood and gore.
No, you see, the thing was that it was a simple story.
Yeah.
Kratos, gods, everything in between is blood.
Yep.
He's a blender. He just goes through. That's it. All you had was Kratos is pissed off at the gods. He's going to kill everything between point A and point B, get new powers, and keep going.
Yep.
The only thing that sucks is just like he had Mega Man syndrome. At the end of every one of them, he lost all his powers.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how strong Mega Man would have been in Mega Man 10 if he had all the powers from Mega Man 1 up to Mega Man 9?
Seriously.
He would be a walking armor. He would just be like, all right, which one of these many weapons should I just unload into a building at you?
And they never really explained why he got rid of them.
Well, they tried to make it that after every fight, Dr. Light erased them because he didn't think they'd ever need Mega Man again. You think about the third or fourth time Dr. Light would be like, "Gone, I just let him run."
Just can't keep the system booted.
If I keep it running, maybe Dr. Wily won't create a new series of monsters that have the same freaking power-ups that they did last time, just with different names.
Yeah.
But back to the topic at hand. Remakes aren't necessarily a bad thing if they're done properly. And
you gotta figure how many cult classic movies are out there, and you're trying to make a remake on them.
Well, look,
you ain't trying to make money off of them. You guys may be, but the fans, they're looking for that movie, but better.
well, no, what they want, a lot of fans want, is they want that back.
Yeah.
They want what happened. Yes, it's okay if you change one or two small details. Go ahead. You know, the horse was black in the original. Now it's white. No one will really care about that. No complain about that. However, when you go and just completely change everything and just remake it to how you feel it should be, no. You got to look at what kept the fans. The Rocky Horror Picture Show had a remake that was on TV for one day before it was pulled. The director of the movie had multiple death threats. I believe one of the actresses actually got her car attacked by a group of fans of the original. They actually attacked her car. They put death threats. They took it right off the air. Boop, gone. It's not coming back. You know why? Because they changed everything about it.
Yep.
If you're going to remake Jaws, and at the end you're going to have Jaws get blown up by a submarine, you're going to have pissed off fans.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. Remake it to be better. Do not remake it to be different. That's what I'm just trying to say. And trust me, I would love to see Batman and Robin remade.
Yeah.
Hey, I still want Schwarzenegger to be Mr. Freeze.
Because you can't really have anybody beat those lines.
Yeah, but those lines were freaking amazing, and only either Schwarzenegger or Stallone. Those are the only two who could throw out lines like that and keep the straight face. I would like to see it remade. Better, maybe better choreographed fights, maybe a little less scene with the Batman credit card. Maybe no bat nipples. You know,
yeah.
Throw that out there. But I mean, minor changes. You could have made that movie great.
I mean, let's say sex. Okay, Kyle may disagree with me here, and about the Joker from The Dark Knight.
He wasn't the Joker.
He was a fake Joker.
Yes, he was.
But compared to the Suicide Squad Joker,
that's day and night right there. That's day and night. You know.
I mean, who would you prefer there?
Well, I would definitely prefer Heath Ledger. But that's because Heath Ledger was a far better actor.
Well, then they completely
destroyed him, ruined him, made him seem like a hokey religional fanatic. destroyed him and made him so he was only a portion of the movie, even though he had about an hour of recorded movie. And they only put like 10 minutes of his recording in? Yeah. Oh, let's remake the Joker for the umpteenth time, but this time, let's make him even stupider than the last time. People love that
I mean, let's say facts. There was 2 great Jokers. And it's kind of hard to live up to their reputation.
And one of them was animated!
Yeah.
One of them was a freaking animated Joker! And he was better.
I love Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's great. I love the fact that he plays one of the most holier-than-thou heroes of all time, Luke Skywalker, and one of the most hated villains of all time, the Joker.
Okay.
It's amazing. I would love them to take Mark Hamill and put him in the role of the Joker. That would be funny to watch.
Well, they have. They just need to do it again.
No, I mean in real life.
Oh.
In person, you know. Not Cockknocker. Who was basically the Joker.
Well, no, he was a Joker.
No, he was the voice of a Joker.
Oh, well, yeah.
He was the voice of the animated Joker. He was never on camera.
His first name, but his last name was Count, and...
Oh, yeah.
They actually raced for pink slips.
Well, that got in trouble by the police.
Well, yeah.
That was different.
But normally they did it at a track.
Well, normally they did it at a track, but
there was a couple of episodes where they did not.
Exactly. I can't remember what the show was called. It was one of my family's favorite shows. All I can remember from it is the main character's name was Tyler. And, will you just pet the dog already? He's freaking out.
I've been.
Okay.
He just keeps freaking out more.
All I know is that they always went to they went to a family in need's house, completely redid it, and at the end it was always like, move that bus. And the bus moved, and it was a beautiful, newly redone house.
I've never seen that.
No, I can't remember what it's called now. If my mom or my dad were here, they'd know the name of it right now.
Yeah.
But it was a great show, and you know, it's a show I really want to see more of, but I can only see one person voicing it. Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, yeah.
Long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. A remake of the X-Men cartoon series, back when it was actually supposed to be, you know, the campy humor instead of the super serious one.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks, you know, remakes are remakes, but once again, you have to do them right. You know, how do you remake real monsters for the now age crew without completely insulting the past crew?
Sure.
A plain example. Recently there was a series called The Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Now, they went through a lot of iterations. They went through a lot of seasons. In one season, they had a baby named Poof.
Yeah.
Poof. Yeah. They got a baby named Poof to add a little bit of comical spice, and you know, it was cute. And then the next season, they had a dog.
Yeah.
Who just like, you know, now we're going downhill. We're going downhill. In the third season, there was a shortage in fairies or some crap like this, and they brought another person in who was supposed to share Cosmo and Wanda. And now that TV show's basically over. Now, what they were planning is they were planning on ending the series with the one with the baby. That was supposed to be the last of the season. But they decided to make a new season, and that's where they went downhill.
That's why I stopped watching, was after the baby.
Right. But then you ask yourself, in 10, 15 years, you know, somewhere down the line, could you remake Fairly Odd Parents? I think you could. Could you learn lessons from the past? You better believe you could learn lessons from the past. Will they, though?
Probably not.
No. Now I am told, now this is just rumors, hearsays, that the remake of DuckTales is already gaining amazing reviews.
Cool.
Like, it's supposed to be like a fantastic, well done, it feels like you're back in the seat, back in the saddle kind of show.
I mean, I want to throw a quick thing since we're on Tales of DuckTales. Get what I did there? No. Okay. But anyway, I was talking to my aunt yesterday.
Okay.
And God bless her foot, but she has a broken toe.
Right.
But she and my 2 cousins' kids were watching DuckTales. And
Ooh.
that brought a smile to my face.
Now, I bring this up to say that there are times where remakes are just the worst.
Yeah.
Now, when I was growing up,
I don't know if I can answer that properly. I can do a search for my 2 cousins.
Will you turn that off already?
Try.
Siri apparently wanted to be part of the conversation. Yes. Now, back when I was growing up, bless my sister, she never wanted to watch it because she wanted to watch G.I. Joe with the rest of us. There was a TV show that came out called My Little Ponies. No, don't get me wrong. The My Little Ponies back then were about friendship and sharing and caring and singing little songs and that. And then they remade it in the year 2000, somewhere around there. And oh my goodness, the damage it has caused to people. Listen, I'm fully allowing people who like My Little Pony to like My Little Pony. I guess. But take it in stride, folks. Take it in stride. I believe that there are 3 levels of viewers of the My Little Pony series. There are the people who watch it casually. Hey, watch a video or two. Go ahead. I actually have it's a Phoenix Wright trying to save one of the ponies in a criminal case.
Yeah.
It's like 6 hours long, but it's hilarious, and if you like Phoenix Wright, you'll love it. Then there's the second ones. These are the ones that might show up at a convention or have tons of knowledge on it that you wouldn't expect a person to have. Hey, I'm willing to chill with these guys as long as they're willing to chill with me. We're cool. But then there's the third group, and this is where I'm saying that remakes sometimes damage people. The third group are the people that are just like obsessed. And when I mean obsessed, I mean the other day a friend sent me a picture of something that you can buy online called a pony plot. And what this is it's an anatomically correct My Little Pony behind with working genitalia. So you can... Now, where he works, he ships these out, and he says that they actually sold out of them to the United States. They sold out of them and had them on back order for 4 months. For 4 months, people. Let the obsession die, okay?
I must kill them.
I used to be obsessed with a lot of things. I used to be a World of Warcraft player. I used to fight over it all the time. I used to yell at people who thought it sucked. But you know what? I moved on. But never once did I say to myself, let me go out and get myself a Night Elf blow-up doll so I can fuck her. No! And the remakes, the remakes, they burn. Teen Titans was an amazing TV show. It was great. They had Robin acting out as actual Robin, Starfire. Well, she wasn't quite the actual Starfire, but they had to kind of keep it PG-13. Cyborg, Beast Boy, Raven, they had the whole crew. It was great. It was amazing. There were plenty of funny episodes. There were plenty of serious episodes. Or even a few sad episodes.
Yeah.
And then they brought out Teen Titans Go.
Boo!
Where they turned the entire show into a bunch of freaking jokes. Now, they thought this was going to work. They thought this was going to be top billing. They thought this was going to rival things like Samurai Jack, Reboot. I'm naming the big Cartoon Network series. Reboot. Even the original Teen Titans. And not only did it never reach that level, but the people who created the show Teen Titans Go refused to admit that it was a bad show. They constantly said that the people watching it just couldn't understand what it was for. These people are what you call artistic fucktards. Now, allow me to explain to you what an artistic fucktard is. Behold, this is a picture of a can of soup. Okay, you can't see it because I don't have the technology, so imagine it's a can of soup. There's a picture of it. Now, this picture is a picture of Campbell's tomato soup, an opened can with a little spilling out on the side. Now, tell me, how much would you pay for a painting of an opened can of Campbell's tomato soup? I'll give you a minute. Time's up. Would you pay more than, say, 50 cents for it? You wouldn't? Would you imagine that there are people out there that have spent over $375,000 on this painting? $350,000, more than a third, for a painting. And then when the artist was asked why, he said, well, the reason that people don't like it is that they don't understand art. No, I understand art. You know, there are plenty of artists out there that were great. How about Van Gogh? How about Rembrandt? How about Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, the rest of the Ninja Turtle group? They were all amazing artists, not the Ninja Turtles. They were all world-class artists, well known for their pieces of work. The Mona Lisa, the Star Night Sky, the Scream. These are all well-known paintings.
Oh, yeah.
And to say that you have these great artists, and next to him, the guy who painted an open can of tomato sauce.
But
Up on their level!
But that could also be explained by Adam ruins everything.
No, you see, what I'm talking about here is what an artistic art is.
Oh, okay.
That is what they are. What they are is there are people who believe that no matter what, they are 150% right and everybody else is wrong, no matter how much evidence is put in front of you. When you have a fan base of over 100,000 people and you're getting over 100,000 messages stating that your cartoon series sucks, it's time for you to open your eyes. If 100 people tell you your head's on fire and you say it's not, it doesn't make your head any less on fire. If anything, you should probably go and dunk that sucker quick. And this is what's happening nowadays with all these remakes. Yes, we're going to get good ones. Yes, almost all of the original Invader Zim crew is on the Invader Zim movie. And thus, they want to be on the Invader Zim TV show. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That was him.
Just making sure. Cody, okay? He fell off the chair.
Yeah.
But then you're going to get the ones that aren't so good. Hey, let's remake Annie, but let's make it a blaxploitation film. Nobody's going to mind that. Instantly one of the worst movies of the year. Where did I go wrong? You changed everything. And that's what this is. Now, I could go on and on and on and point out all the horrible, horrible remakes. And trust me, I could go on and do all the horrible, horrible remakes. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to bring up a list of ideas of what we would like to see remade. Personally, if DuckTales is being remade, I honestly believe that their next step should be to remake Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
And that's because Darkwing Duck actually exists in the same world as the DuckTales crew. Because Launchpad McQuack exists in both of them. In fact, he even says that he left his job at Scrooge McDuck so he could become Darkwing Duck's freaking pilot.
Yep.
Gizmo Duck shows up. He's one of the main characters. Well, he's like a side character, I guess. Would he be considered a side character in DuckTales?
I guess so.
Like a side character in DuckTales. So he's going to show up. I would like to really see Disney remake Tailspin.
Yeah.
Baloo the Bear, Kid Sky Kicker. I would love to see that. I would also like to see Goof Troop redone.
Yes.
Goof Troop was an amazing show. I'd like to see Ed, Ed, and Eddie come back. I really think they could do a lot with that show. I brought it up in an earlier video, but I'll bring it up again. There's actually a comic book series out there. If you want to look it up, I think it's like Ed, Ed, and Eddie versus the Werewolf or something like that. It's a 3-part comic book series, kind of a little more on the adult side, but the artist made it into what I would love to see into a cartoon show. Yes, I'd like to see Danny Phantom come back. Duh. Everybody would like to see Danny Phantom come back.
Without doubt.
I would like to see other shows come back, too. I would like to see Who's the Boss come back. It was a great premises for a great story, and they had some very indulgent, engaging characters. I don't think I'd want to bring back Golden Girls no matter how much I liked it. I do like the idea of Married with Grandchildren coming, but I haven't heard anything past the idea of it. What was it? What was the one that had Urkel in it?
Oh, Family Matters.
Family Matters. There you go. Family Matters was a hilarious series. I'd like to see that one come back. Definitely want to see that one come back.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs died long before it should have. Not
the mama.
Yep.
Not the mama.
Yep.
Not the mama.
Yep. I would like to see South Park be remade.
I would just like to see Chef not die.
Well, the problem is that there was some kind of outstanding thing where religion took over and they got a big hissy fit. But I wouldn't mind seeing what it would look like if we had a season where all South Park wasn't done handmade. I'd like to see the season. I'd like to see a season of them using current day animation and see how the fans feel about it.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 says the next season they'd go back to hand drawn, but I would like to see how the fans would feel if the entire series was actually done animated, like, say, Teen Titans or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
I would like to see Samurai Jack in 3D. There's a small clip of it on the internet where there's an animation of Samurai Jack versus some kind of monster as a 3D character, and it looked spectacular. I would severely watch that. And there's even some animes I would like to see getting remade with the better graphics and everything like that. Like Ronin Warriors. Sailor Moon could look good with a good new fresh coat of paint. Inuyasha could probably do with some. I'd like to see Space Ghost Coast to Coast needs to come back. I think Reboot needs to be rebooted. No? Okay.
No, you didn't give it to me earlier.
I know. I'm okay with it. I'm willing to take one shot down for you. The fans know what's funny. But really, a big thing I'd like to see come back is like the What a Cartoon Show, where animators from around the world were allowed to send in their animations to be posted on Cartoon Network and voted for what would be the new one. We got so much out of that.
Oh, yeah. You
remake that, and we remake new shows. I'd like to see Dexter's Lab redone, too, while we're at it. Along with Johnny Test. Basically anything where there's a kid genius. I like those shows.
Jimmy Neutron!
Not so much Jimmy Neutron. He's an ice cream headed freak. Jimmy Neutron had too big of an ego. His head showed for it. But then there's even some things I'd like to be turned into shows. I'd like to see a Resident Evil TV show.
It could be interesting.
No, I don't know if we'd be able to do it live action, though.
See, if we were to do it live action, I think there's only one place for it to be.
What?
Other than YouTube.
What?
Netflix.
Yeah, definitely. Jeez, I'm trying to remember the show. They would go out and they would go and take a junk car, and then they would soup it up and present it to the people they bought it off of. I can't remember what that one's. I know that's not Pimp My Ride. It's something else. That was a good show. I'd like to see that one again, and also like to know the title so I could be like that. Up until everyone found out that it was basically a giant fraudulent show that Pawn Stars or
oh yeah, Pawn Stars.
Pawn Stars. That was pretty interesting. Pawn shops don't usually work that way, though, so, I mean, you could tell just by watching it was a fake. The problem I'm having right now is I'm trying to remember names. I would love to, you know what, I would love to not only watch it, but if I could be the frickin', the host, I would love to be the host of Supermarket Sweep.
Yeah.
That was a show I loved as a kid.
I mean, Home Improvement could be another remake.
There you go. And actually, we need that to be a remake because I'm kind of missing some rooms. They did the man's kitchen, they did the man's bathroom, they did the man's... We are so sorry for all the reconnects, folks. Honestly, this is a whole patch of fish I didn't know we were going to get tonight. Crud! 4 in a row, and we have 10 minutes left.
Damn.
Oh, I was afraid to keep going.
That's almost one every 10 minutes.
Yeah, basically. We're actually, if you want to go on, it's like one every like 14 minutes, but still. We are so sorry, folks. As soon as we can get cable put in this place, we're getting rid of this stupid internet post-haste. Ooh, I just thought of one. It was rumored for a while, and there was even a miniature video online about it. Codename Kids Next Door.
Ooh.
I would like to see the remake of that, or the continuation of that. That was such a great show. You never knew what was going to happen next.
2x4
technology.
Best.
Yep, always fighting against the adults. And of course, then there's also the shows that were on PBS that a lot of people look past. Wishbone was a great show.
Yeah.
Especially for children. You have this little terrier dog running around who could talk to people, and he was telling people about all these stories like Sherlock Holmes and everything, where he was actually walking the people through them. Yeah. It was great. Oh man, what was the show? Carmen Sandiego. There it is. Right, and we can get the acapella groups together, and we can have them go through the history lessons again, something that we are desperately losing nowadays. Seeing as now history in most schools is actually now an elective. Yeah, you can completely skip over history class now, which I would have loved to do when I was growing up. I hated my history class. Mr. Wood sucked. No offense, Mr. Wood, if you actually watch these videos. You probably don't, though. You suck. Oh, what else was there? There was Supermarket Sweep. Then there was another one. There was a lot like it. What? It's something to do with a mall. Like, at the end, you got to run around the mall and grab as much stuff.
Market Sweep?
No, it wasn't Market Sweep. It was something else. a lot of the older game shows I think need to come back. Nick Arcade was great. I think we could do a lot of Nick Arcade nowadays, especially with the new video games we have out there. Imagine Nick Arcade with Call of Duty as one of the chosen games.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd watch that. I'm not a Call of Duty fan, but I'd watch kids try to get high score in Call of Duty. Salute Your Shorts. Now, they're going to be remaking Are You Afraid of the Dark, according to them, but not Salute Your Shorts.
Huh.
Now, the thing is that they counteracted each other. Are You Afraid of the Dark came on first. It was basically a PG-13 horror show that was like 22 minutes long. Each time was a new episode. And then they had Salute Your Shorts, which was a lighthearted, comical, what do you call it, rant?
Yeah, pretty much.
It was, I think so.
It's just funny as hell.
Oh no, they were on a ranch. That was Hey Dude.
Oh yeah.
Hey Dude was when they were
just in camp.
Yeah, they were on a camp, and then there was Hey Dude. All good shows.
You know what I would like to see come back?
What?
Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That actually goes along the same lines as Are You Afraid of the Dark?
And Twilight Zone.
Unfortunately, Twilight Zone will never come back.
No. And if they do, I think they would ruin it.
Right, that's the whole thing. They would just destroy Twilight Zone. You can't do that.
Well, I mean, Tales from the Crypt, I can't see them completely fucking that up. Because, I mean, all you have to do is get a creepy skeleton.
Yeah, but then they have to get the good horror stories. There is the flaw.
Right.
Why do you think Goosebumps stopped going on?
Touche.
They ran out of books. Yeah. One of your brother's favorite shows was Reboot, though.
Right.
He loved Reboot, so I'd like to see Reboot come back. That would be awesome. MASH.
MASH.
Now, here's the thing about MASH. MASH was a very, very hard-to-place show. When I was younger, I used to love the show because I used to think it was very lighthearted and funny.
Yes.
Once I was through with my military career and I was honorably discharged and I got to see the events that happened overseas, I actually felt really connected with the show. It was a show that showed lightheartedness and people attempting to exist in a very, very war-ridden location, and the way each person tried to fight the urge to basically break down.
Yeah.
Each character had a different quirk. Each character had a different way of combating the pressure. When I watched it as a child, I thought they were just a bunch of comedians making jokes all the time. But as an adult, I realized that these people were just different coping mechanisms. Some people were sarcastic, some people were quick-witted, some people were all into their jobs, some people were lustful, some people were just plain crazy.
Yeah.
But the show always held together. Now the problem is that people would have to be ready for that kind of wit, that kind of joking. One of my favorite jokes is, you wish you were half the surgeon that he is. And he goes, you're right, I wish I was half the surgeon. I also wish I was a third of the executioner that he is. Just boom, rapid quips like that. It's like, whoa, where'd that one come from? That's the kind of show I want to see again. Just like the movies like Airplane. Airplane was like that, just quick wit humor that you got to keep up with. But where MASH changed was, it was very real.
Yeah.
There were some episodes that would bring a tear to your eye. There were some episodes that made you, shake a little, like, oh my goodness, how did that happen? And it's all because events like that actually happen overseas. You get to see people get to see the videos of the soldiers walking around the full military bases with guards on the walls. What about the ones who are roaming the desert? What about the ones that are popping up their tents and waking up in the morning and counting bullet holes in their tent to make sure there aren't new ones?
Yeah.
You don't hear about them, do you? You don't see those people bringing you into those big high-quality or high-capacity medic camps, do you? The actual MASH units. Don't see that, do you? No, because they don't want you to see that part. Because they want everyone to think that war is America's winning and nothing bad happens, but it's not. And MASH let you know that. Not every person on MASH lived. Not every person on MASH that was fixed or worked on or joked about. Nothing happened. It was just you never knew what was going to happen next, and I really loved that. Of all the shows, I think if I were to pick 5 shows that I want to see remade, MASH would be number 1.
Oh, yeah.
I think I would follow it up with Invader Zim, which I'm hoping for. The Teen Titans. Family Matters, definitely. And then, of course, Supermarket Sweep.
For me, I think I would love to see Are You Afraid of the Dark first, Invader Zim, Dinosaurs, Teen Titans, and Real Monsters.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. An apology, me jumping out of my seat, and 4 jump cuts. But just want to let you folks know that we are back. Once again, like I said, for the first 10 minutes of the video, you can just skip over that if you want to. That's just me apologizing. And a little bit of a cry moment. You don't need to see that. You can just skip over that part. But we're going to be coming back possibly next Sunday, depending on Necro here. Necro's going to go on vacation. Now, whether he's here or not, doesn't matter. We'll still have a live stream. It'll just depend on what the catalog's going to be about. But until next time, folks, I'm Kaiju K.
Necro Nick.
And we'll see you all in the future. Peace out, everybody.
Later.